You work hard to take good photos, but something does not feel right. The lighting is right, the subject is amazing, but the image doesn't move you or your audience. It's not you, it's not your gear, it's not your lighting. It's how you lead your viewer's eye, and chances are you're not utilizing the power of diagonal lines and curves. I'm Ijaz Khan, fine art, wildlife, and fashion photographer. In both fashion and wildlife, there's one thing I have learned. Technical perfection means nothing if there is no emotion in your photographs. That's when the leading lines come in. But not just any lines, I'm speaking about diagonal and curve lines. These are the lines that guide, suggest, and stir feelings. In this video, you'll learn why diagonal and curves matter more than just the basic composition, how to find them anywhere from the Arctic to your living room, and how to use them to create emotional, powerful images. You must have heard the term "you are so square," or you must have used it on someone. The meaning of that is you are rigid, predictable, and even boring. The same idea applies to composition. Horizontal and vertical lines, they feel safe, they feel structured, but they lack the energy. Our artistic forefathers, from the Renaissance painters to the classic architects, knew that energy comes from movement. They built tension utilizing diagonals and curved lines. It's how they made their paintings breathe. It's time we as photographers do the same and not just get hung up on technical issues. Now that you've understood that the square composition falls flat, let's talk about the line that changes everything, the diagonal line. What are leading lines? Why do most photographers get them wrong? I got them wrong myself in my early days of photography until I learned this. Leading lines are basically any line that guides your eye to what you, the photographer, wants to show most. That's it, as simple as that. That's what a leading line is. Think roads, think rivers, think lamps, think fences, think anything, and utilize that in your frame to make it into a line that guides the viewer's eye. But here's the mistake. Most photographers use lines to organize their frame, and that's absolutely okay. But the real magic is to use lines to evoke feelings. So what does a powerful diagonal line actually look like in real-world photography? Let me show you how I use it in both fashion and wildlife and why it works. Let's talk about diagonal lines. These lines slice through your frame with a purpose. They create energy, depth, and tension. They're not safe, they're bold, and that's exactly why they work. I use diagonal lines 90% of the time in my fashion photography, all the time. It's one of the biggest reasons why my fashion work has been so successful. See, the model's body, even the background and the lighting follows a diagonal path. It makes an image feel alive. I do the same thing with wildlife photography. When I'm photographing a muskox, or I'm photographing a bison or a wolf, I position myself in a way where the diagonal line leads me directly to the subject in one way, shape, or form. It doesn't just point your eye to the subject, it pulls you in. Now look at this wolf image. The wolf is sitting right in the middle of the frame. But look how I have kept the line diagonal. I didn't keep it straight. I was in a position to keep it that way diagonally. So this way it creates more emotion. Had it been straight, it would be very, very square. Look at this photograph of the horse. It is diagonal, and that is the reason why there's so much more emotion in this photograph. In fashion, I love using diagonal lines in architecture. Even in the model's arm or the face or the way she's standing, diagonal lines create symmetry with attitude, tension, and harmony. Diagonals are emotional lines, and we must use them in our photographs all the time. But tension isn't the only emotion. If you're looking to create elegance and flow, stay with me. Now we're going to get into the world of curves. Curve lines are the visual language of elegance. They slow the eye down. They create rhythm, sensuality, and softness. They don't shout, They whisper, inviting the viewers to linger around. Think about a woman's curves, graceful, flowing, and full of presence. From the arch of her back to the bend of her arm, curves are timeless symbols of femininity, sophistication, and power. The same visual energy exists in nature. The arc of a horse's neck, the flowing shape of fabric in the wind, a winding trail through nature, even in snow, or a river bending across the landscape. These lines don't demand attention, they just hold your attention, guiding your eye in a way that feels natural and deeply emotional. S-curves are a classic technique that's used in sculpture, painting, and photography. They're not just visually pleasing, they're actually emotionally magnetic. So how do you find these curves and S-curves and use them in your own work? Let me give you some examples on how I use them in my fashion and my wildlife. How do you compose with curves? Start looking differently. Don't just look at your subject. Look at these curves leading it to your subject. Recompose yourself. Get up, walk away, come back. Move your camera in a way that the curve is touching the subject some way or the other. Think different. Don't just think subject, subject, subject. Think everything else that's going around it. The untold curves. Those curves will make your subject pop out. If you're photographing people, look at these lines in their arms, look at these lines in their shoulders, look at this. Isn't this more attractive, this versus that? Just look at that. Look at people's backs, look at their noses, look at their lips, look at how they align with the ears. Use exactly the same thing with wildlife. Use how the legs are bringing the diagonal angle straight into their face. Use the curve of the back to flow straight into the face, into the ears, into the eyes. Think with diagonal lines and you'll see how you'll start to compose differently. Use these curves to tell the story. Use these curves to evoke emotion in your audience. Shoot the angles that emphasize these curves. Let them become a journey your viewer follows in your frame. When I find a perfect curve in an animal or in a landscape, I often just wait. Wait for the animal or wait for the movement. The line tells me the story is coming. And when it comes, boy, that image is powerful. Combine diagonals with curves. Now that is where we start to get into art. Use the diagonal line to pull the viewer's eye in and then let the curve gently carry your viewer's eye through the frame. It's like tension and release, beat and melody. That's how you turn a picture into an expression. When I'm photographing in minus 50 degrees or minus 30 degree Fahrenheit, I'm not there just to freeze myself. I'm there to create an image that will make someone feel something. When it's sitting on the wall of the living room or the bedroom, I want to evoke emotions. Diagonal lines and curved lines are my best friends. Emotion lives in the lines. That's what brings the subject to life. What turns a moment into a memory? So guys, please take this information that I have learned over the period of years and years photographing fashion, photographing from big magazines and designers, and I have used the same exact principles even in my wildlife. Frame your subjects better. Don't just go with the regular composition. Don't go with your 1/3 rule. Yes, of course, use all of that, but use your diagonals and your S-curves. Your photography is going to be totally improved. Guarantee you that. I am not telling you that horizontal and vertical lines are not useful. They are. Matter of fact, I am going to make a video on horizontal and vertical lines. I just felt compelled to make this first simply because nobody is speaking about this at all. Everybody speaks about composition, everybody speaks about the rule of thirds, and everybody speaks about all of this, but let's make it simple, right? Lines. It's so damn simple. Lines, just understanding lines and how to utilize them and what lines do. A horizontal and a vertical line crushes you in. Diagonal line, curved line, or an S-curve line, it opens it up to mystery. It opens it up. It brings the viewer to start feeling things. I hope this was helpful. I'll speak to you guys soon. Thank you.